Let's take a moment to shine a light on the fierce and powerful Native American warrior women of the 19th century, women whose stories have been largely hidden from history. When we think of famous Native American women, names like Pocahontas or Sacagawea might come to mind. But the truth is, these women are only well known through the lens of non-native storytellers. The incredible warrior women who fought for their people during the 19th century have been overshadowed, their bravery and leadership often erased by European historians who documented battles from a male-centered perspective. At that time, war was seen as the domain of men, which is why the many female warriors who stood side by side with their male counterparts in the heat of battle were seldom recognized. Their stories, rich with courage, sacrifice, and tactical genius, were largely untold, lost in the annals of history written by those who could not imagine women on the battlefield. Yet these women were there, leading their people, fighting for their land, and carving out their own legacies. It's time to reclaim their stories and honor their rightful place in the history of Native American resistance and leadership. Let's dive into the stories of some of the most courageous Native American warrior women of the 19th century, starting with Buffalo Calf Road Woman. A Northern Cheyenne warrior, Buffalo Calf Road Woman earned her place in history through her fearless acts of bravery. During the Battle of the Rosebud in 1876, her brother, Chief Comes in Sight, was shot and left vulnerable on the battlefield. Without hesitation, she charged through the chaos, riding straight into the line of fire to rescue him. This single act of courage reignited the fighting spirit of the Cheyenne warriors, driving them to regroup and win the battle. But Buffalo Calf Road Woman's heroism didn't stop there. Later that same year, she stood shoulder to shoulder with her husband, Black Coyote, in one of the most famous battles in American history, the Battle of the Little Bighorn. According to Cheyenne lore, it was Buffalo Calf Road Woman who struck the decisive blow that knocked Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer from his horse, sealing his fate before he met his end. Her legacy as a warrior is a testament to the strength and bravery of Native American women who fought fiercely to protect their people and their land. After the Battle of the Little Bighorn, Buffalo Calf Road Woman, along with her husband Black Coyote and their 2 children, were captured and forcibly relocated with the other Northern Cheyennes to the Southern Cheyenne Reservation in what is now Oklahoma. Yet her story is just one of many where Native American women defied expectations and fought alongside their people. Next up is Deteste, a Choctaw Apache woman warrior whose life was no less remarkable. Despite being married and having children, Datste didn't shy away from joining raiding parties with her first husband, Anandia. Later, she aligned herself with the legendary Geronimo and another iconic woman warrior, Lozin. Deteste wasn't just a skilled fighter, she was also fluent in English, a rare and valuable asset among the Apache. This made her an indispensable messenger and translator. Her ability to communicate across cultures allowed her to serve as a mediator between the U.S. cavalry and Geronimo's forces. In fact, Datste's efforts were instrumental in Geronimo's eventual surrender in 1886. And then there's the legendary Lozin, a name that strikes awe even today. Lozin, the legendary warrior and prophet of the Chehen Chiricahua Apache, was not only a fierce fighter but also a revered spiritual figure. Born into the Chehen band in the 1840s, she was the sister of the powerful Apache chief Victorio, who once spoke of her with unmatched admiration. Lozin is my right hand, strong as a man, braver than most, and cunning in strategy. Lozin is a shield to her people. Her prowess on the battlefield, combined with her spiritual abilities, made her a figure of awe and respect. It is said that she could call upon the gods to reveal the location and movements of the enemy, using this power to protect her people in times of dire need. Lozin fought alongside her brother Victorio in many battles on the San Carlos Reservation in Arizona, where her bravery shone as she helped women and children escape the clutches of their enemies. She herself managed to avoid capture time and time again. According to another Apache warrior, Kay Wakela, Lozin was among the most skilled fighters in their ranks. Her strategic brilliance and spiritual gifts elevated her to an almost mythical status, embodying the strength, resilience, and fierce protective spirit of the Apache people. Lozan was a force to be reckoned with. She could ride, shoot, and fight as fiercely as any man, but her true brilliance lay in military strategy. Many believe she had an even keener strategic mind than her brother, Victorio. Her battlefield expertise made her a formidable presence in countless skirmishes, including the final campaign of the Apache Wars, where she fought alongside the legendary Geronimo. Lawson's name still echoes in the history of the Apache as a symbol of unmatched courage and tactical genius. Next, we turn to Woman Chief Pineleaf, whose real name remains a mystery, but whose legend endures among the Crow people. Known as Biawachichish, she rose to prominence as a warrior and chief. Some accounts suggest that Woman Chief and Pineleaf may have been the same person, though history hasn't confirmed this. At just 10 years old, she was taken by a Crow raiding party from her tribe, the Gros Ventre, and was later adopted by a Crow warrior. Even from a young age, she defied expectations, showing more interest in the typically male-dominated activities of horse riding, marksmanship, and combat. Her skills in these areas quickly set her apart, and she earned recognition as a warrior during a daring raid by the Blackfoot on a fort where both Crow and white families had sought shelter. Woman Chief fought fiercely, protecting her people and proving that her leadership and strength were undeniable. Her journey from captive to chief of the Crow people is one of the most remarkable tales of resilience, skill, and leadership in Native American history. According to legend, she stood as an unyielding force, defending the fort from wave after wave of attackers and playing a pivotal role in turning back the raid. But her story didn't end there. She soon rallied her own band of warriors, leading raids against Blackfoot settlements with unmatched bravery. Her extraordinary achievements earned her a coveted position on the Council of Chiefs, where she was honored with the name Biawachichish, Woman Chief. Rising through the ranks, she became third in command among the council's 160 lodges, a remarkable feat for any warrior, let alone a woman in such a male-dominated world. And then there's Running Eagle. A fierce warrior from the pagan tribe of the Blackfoot Nation, she was born Pitamakan in southern Alberta, Canada, and became known as Brown Weasel Woman for her bravery and spirit. Her legend began early, when as a young girl hunting with her father, they were ambushed by the Assiniboine. Her father's horse was shot, leaving him vulnerable. But in a moment of pure courage, she rode back, lifted her father onto her horse, and saved his life. This was just the beginning of a life filled with heroic deeds that would solidify Running Eagle's place as one of the most celebrated warrior women in Native American history. Later in her life, tragedy struck when her husband was killed by Crow warriors. Determined to avenge his death, Running Eagle chose the path of a Blackfeet warrior, a path that would forever change her destiny. According to legend, the Sun Spirit granted her extraordinary power in battle, with one condition: she must abstain from sexual relations with any man. Fueled by this divine promise, she led numerous successful raids, her name becoming synonymous with fearlessness and strength. However, her fate took a fateful turn when she broke the Sun Spirit's condition by becoming intimate with a man from her party. It is said that soon after, her once mighty power diminished. Not long after, Running Eagle met her end in a raid, killed by the Flathead tribe while stealing horses for an upcoming battle sometime after 1878. Her life, filled with both triumph and tragedy, serves as a testament to the strength, courage, and spirit of the warrior women of the Blackfoot Nation. Thank you for watching and listening to this remarkable story.